What's happening, people? Welcome to Music Monday. And the next track on deck is a tune I wrote called Cindy. Well, I wrote the music to it. This is kind of an interesting one because this was born out of a sound check song, and this is back when I was experimenting with funk grooves under slowed down banjo rolls. This was one of the first ones we did where we were fooling around with this. So we were goofing around with it at sound check, like I said. I said, "Hey Gene, play me a funk groove. Let me just start playing this piece of music over the top of it and see what this sounds like." And what we figured out real quick is if you slow down a banjo roll and you pull it back into a funky mid-tempo, it really just laid right in there, almost like what the right-hand melody would be doing with a keyboard player playing in a funk band. So it's like, hey, this is going to be something really cool. All right, so I had the music. I had all the, it's pretty easy. It's just a pick apart with a C and F. And then it modulates into that D minor turn at the back. So it had a couple turns in it, a lot of picking and jamming in it. Now, lyrically, one night we had this kind of the music mapped out, and I just walked to the mic and started singing these lyrics to it. And I didn't write these lyrics. This is from the Get Along Home Cindy Cindy, and this is where I got them from. If you listen to them, they're humorous. They're funny. My parents took me to a bluegrass festival, folk bluegrass festival at Warren Wilson College in Asheville, North Carolina, when I was probably in third grade, maybe fourth, I don't remember. And this old mountain clawhammer guy, I started playing banjo in second grade, playing Grandpa Jones style and Fralin and stuff like that. And I'd gone over to watch some of the banjo players and people play. This old folk mountain guy got up there, and he started playing the Get Along Home, Sandy, Sandy, Get Along Home. But he started singing these verses, the same ones I'm singing. This almost like, sophomore humor, silliness to it. And what's amazing about this is that I cannot believe that I could remember all the lyrics that I heard him sing one time when I was in third grade, just sitting there in the audience watching it. So you listen to the words. It's nonsense. It's just backyard, not funny, silliness, really what it is. So I started singing those lyrics over the top of this groove right in the middle of, in a show, and it just stuck, and I never bothered to write anything else to it. Not every song has to be serious and thought-provoking and introspective and solve all the world's problems. Some of them just need to be nothing more than just sheer fun, and this is one of them. It's got a fun vibe to it, fun groove, fun to play, and we just kind of nonsense, silly lyrics, and that's okay. Some songs, that's what this tune would lend itself to, and I just never bothered to write anything serious to it. That just stuck. Get Along Home Cindy. Cindy's where it came from, so I guess that's an old traditional with sophomore humor, schoolyard child lyrics put to it just for fun that I got from some guy at a bluegrass festival when I was a kid, and I can't even remember his name. All right, so I wrote it on Giddy. It's all in open G pick, and like I said, if you want to learn these, you got to join my Patreon and let me show you, because there's a lot of there's a lot of cool licks. A lot of cool picking licks in it. Trying to think what else about this one. It's one of our favorite ones to play. It's in the set list every night, and to me, this is one of those ones that defines the sound of the band. I think when you get on the Skidjo and you slow these things down, you get some of that funky element going with that kind of pick and root under it. I don't think anyone sounds like us, when we hit it. Hey, bro, say hey. It's our hybrid. I mean, when we hit that stretch of the night, I don't think anyone sounds like Jupiter Coyote. I don't. All right, so that's what we got in the skillet today. A fantastical jam tune, a sound check tune with Sanders funking on the bass that, I just had a little bluegrass melody to it and stuck the original Cindy Cindy, lyrics to it. And that's where, not the original. And those are not, those are made up lyrics by some banjo comedian player I saw. And that's what we got for Music Monday. By all means, share this one. There are two versions of it out there. We went back and recut it 4 or 5 years ago at Capricorn Studios, because there's one other part I want to mention about this. When we tracked this at Johnny Sandlin's on Wade, Johnny, if you listen to it in A440, I'm tuning to that right now. Go put that on. If you put a tuner to it, he slowed the tempo down, the pitch. He rolled it back when we recorded it and slowed it down just a little bit. So it's not in standard A440, it's a little lower than that. Tuning down a little bit, but it also slowed the tempo down. and it gave it this really dreamy, hypnotic kind of entrancing effect. So the second version we did was a little bit quicker, like we originally wrote it, up in A440 standard tuning. But you'll notice that if you put them back to back, the first one slowed down a little bit, and we didn't cut it that tempo. We cut it faster, and then Johnny rolled the tempo back, which drops the pitch. Kind of a neat little tidbit. It's not that much, but it's enough. If you put them side by side, you will notice it. And it was a cool addition. I'm glad he slowed it down because it made for a really, really trippy version. All right, so that's what we got from Music Monday, Cindi, and it's one of our favorite ones to play. We still do play it. We jam out on it. And as Paul Harvey would say, now you know the rest of the story, and you certainly do.